What's going on, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back with my YouTube channel, Goodtalk Gaming. Today we're going to play a new one, Dicey Dungeons. Pretty fun little game. Let me go ahead and read real quick how they describe this on the Steam page. It's a roguelike deck building game developed by Terry Cavanagh. It's released just a few days ago. It was on sale. I thought it was a pretty sweet little grab for about $12 or so. And I watched about a half hour of someone else play. I was like, man, I gotta get in on this. It's very similar to games like Slay the Spire, if you're interested in that type of genre. It's also super similar to Guild of Dungeoneering, which is another game that I had a lot of fun with. It has kind of that very familiar sort of whimsical, play on fantasy dungeon crawling trope, and it's super fun. But let's go ahead and get into it. I played for about a half hour. I did the first kind of tutorial run on the warrior. So our characters are dice, and very similar to the way that Slay the Spire progresses from floor to floor. That's exactly what we're going to do in this game. So we're going to have to put together a deck, beat a bunch of enemies one by one, and get to the end of the level. I've already unlocked the next character by doing that tutorial mission. So let's go ahead and first read the warrior. I'm here to have fun and fight monsters. Back home, I love working out, long walks on the beach, and working out. Alright, so it's a low difficulty rating compared to the Thief, who reminds me very much of the Silent in Slay the Spire, even down to like the curvy weird daggers and using the color green. It says, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to win. Everyone else is too, of course. They're just lying about it. So he's 2-star difficulty. And so the whole premise is that this Lady Luck character, who we saw on the title screen, she turned these characters, these RPG type characters, into dice. And we're competing in this kind of, sleazy game to have our wishes fulfilled. So whatever that means. But as far as I can tell, she's one of the main characters. Time to get moving. A rolling dice gathers no moss. And there's also like another character who's kind of like a jester, who seems to be one of the main characters. So this is us. This is the path we travel down. We have to level up in this game, and whenever we level up, we get a full heal. We get gold. Right now we have access to 2 dice, which will make a lot more sense in a second. If we look at equipment, we can see that all we have is the sword currently. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. We're going to go here and fight this Slimecream cone. Its innate ability is that it's strong against poison, which is fine because we don't do any poison damage. Right off the bat, though, we get to hit it for 6. And there's no point in doing anything else. We can re-roll our dice here, but we don't have any other attacks. Our equipment is pretty much bare bones. So we could take a look at its abilities. Right now it's poisoning us for 2 apiece. And we just lost 4 health there, which sucks. So right now we're just going to try and roll a 6. And if we don't, we'll just use the 5 for our sword. We're going to take a surprising amount of damage here. We lose 1 poison every turn. But we're up to 4. And now we've reached our limit break. We don't have to worry, I don't think, about taking too much damage here. And we're not going to use our limit break. We're going to save it. Kind of like your ultimate move. One more, victory like that against this Robobot, and we're going to level up and get a full heal. So now we get our first extra card. It's called Whip. So do flaming damage, and if we have a 6 and we put it in a spot, we also inflict 1 burn. And I'm pretty sure that's going to automatically go into our equip slot. And that's not a bad one to get. We just need to level up so we can get access to more dice. So let's roll. There we go. So burn means that one of this thing's dice, and it has 3 of them, is going to take 2 HP off of it if it uses that particular dice. You can avoid burn altogether, but we've got it down to 2 HP, so if it does anything, if it uses this, wow, Okay. And we'll just win. Alright, now maximum health increases by 4. And we get an extra dice, that's the big thing. Alright. So, this is a heal. This is trapdoors, how we get to the next floor. This is an item, or a card, that we're going to want to get, and this is like a shop. So let's go this way first. The wizard's pretty strong. We can actually look at what the enemy's moves are. So, free spell needs a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got all of these different abilities, but he's only got 1 dice. So whatever he lands on, whatever he gets, that's it. So it's actually kind of perfect because we can burn his dice. Let's use our Fury now. We miss out on one of the burn, I suppose, unless the burn double stacks onto the 1 dice. We'll learn that kind of together. Yep, there we go. We got 1 extra damage from being a little bit patient and doing that. So let's see if he takes 4 damage here. Nope. Okay. I think we just have the kill here. No reason to overthink it. And I love the characters. This is mostly what reminds me of Slay the Spire. The kind of whimsical, kind of strange characters. I look forward to fighting you many more times in our eternity together. I ain't getting trapped down here with you, buddy. And I'm happy to be getting the gold before we go to the shop. So dice value +1. That's going to be nice if we start the rolls with any kind of 5s or something like that. Stereohead is weak to shock. We don't have any shock. So like right here, boom. Dice value +1. We get the 6. And we do the damage. And we also lock him out with some burn. What we really need is another attack. And that was a bit unfortunate. We couldn't get something a little higher. Let's see what he does. Can't even use the 5. And he does weaken us, deals 2 damage. So he weakened that for us. Wow, seriously? Okay. Those were obviously some really bad rolls. But we're not doing terribly. And he can't do anything. So really high rolls on the stereo head. Look at him just jamming out. Hoping for a 6. Six would have been great there. Probably would have killed himself. I have seen the AI kill itself on burn before for no reason. This should just be like a guaranteed kill. Oh, it needs a 3 or less. Okay, it weakened it. So, that's interesting. I did not know. So you can upgrade equipment as well, which is something I was going to get into. And either shrink down the equipment so it takes up less space in the slots. It'll do more damage. It'll require, easier rolls to get, those types of things. But I didn't know that there was a weakened version of every equipment as well. That's interesting. Let's just do this and win. So there we go, and we level up. And we get to choose a reward. I like the spiked shield. There's also a boomerang, which does a ton of damage, but I like having the option to sometimes have a shield. Now it's not great because our equipment is very awkwardly sized. So I think we're going to leave what we have as it is for now. And let's come beat up the baby squid. We'll heal after and we'll go to the shop and see what cards they have for us potentially. So this is great. And max rolls, feels good. And it's going to hurt itself to headbutt us. And it headbutt us for a ton of damage. Wow. We have our limit break. We can kill this thing this turn, which we may want to do. Okay. Let's... Man, we can't kill it now because our rolls were too bad. We can do 11 damage. So, we can't kill it. Or we could have. Oh my god, we could have bumped. Yeah, that's my bad, guys. I'm pretty sure we had the kill there. So we're going to take a bit more damage than we needed to. Damn. Yeah, we took 7 damage we didn't need to take. So those are the type of mistakes, obviously, I want to avoid going forward. And so we're blinded. So we cannot see this dice. If you try and re-roll, try to get clever and, you know, do that, it won't show you. It'll just keep all your re-rolls blinded as well. So this is Yolanda. It says, ah, you just missed out on an amazing little beret, but we've got plenty of other options in stock. So add 4 to shield. Shielding isn't something I've messed around with too much. I like the dagger as reusable, but max 3 is kind of rough. We have all the tools we need to get big rolls like 6 fairly easily. I kind of like buying this buckler. It's a small piece of equipment, and if we ever feel like we need to defend, we can do that. So we're a little low on health because of my misplay. But fortunately we have some health here. Let's go ahead and knock out this Dryad. Dryad is strong against poison. We don't do any poison, thankfully. Let's knock her out quickly. We'll roll for some big numbers. 5's not bad. Deal 5 damage. And then now, thankfully, we don't have any wasted slots. I'm pretty sure that carries over until the next turn. Ah, she has heals. And she's building up for a poison. So let's see. This should still be 3. Perfect. And not exactly that we needed it, but kind of like do it right every time you do it and you won't make a mistake. Kind of a good philosophy in these types of games. When you start getting lazy, you'll start making mistakes. Let's go get the health. Actually, are we leveling up this turn? If we're leveling up this turn, it might have been a mistake to get the health. Let's re-roll. We'll take a 5. Okay. A 5 would have been great, just to try and help us get closer to this shield. Cauldron, Infliction. Ooh, 5 damage and a burn. I don't know if our shield protects us from all types of damage. We're gonna have to take 2 here. Yeah, if indeed we are leveling up, it's really not that big of a deal. Blocks incoming damage. Let's see how that works. So she's dead if she uses any abilities, so she's not going to. So I guess we won't really see. Yeah, we leveled. So we shouldn't have gone back and gotten that apple. We should have saved it. But we did get an extra dice, which will make us much more powerful. We'll probably be able to pretty easily get another bump. We'll take it. We'll go in our backpack. We'll probably very easily be able to make use of our buckler on the first turn. But now we're meeting Ned. He says, ah, come in. Be careful about where you're walking. Just had slime round for brunch, and I haven't had a chance to mop up yet. So we can upgrade either what's here in our backpack. So for instance, we could upgrade this. It makes it so that you can use 6s as well. Sword adds +1 damage. The whip inflicts 2 burn, which I like. We've been consistently nailing that. This gives us an extra use of bump, which is great because it's like an entire extra piece of equipment for us. And this greatly lowers the amount we need to get the shield. Let's upgrade the buckler first. I like that. Maybe should have gone to the shop first just in case there was something there we wanted to upgrade. Let's go fight the vacuum. There's no penalty for going into one place versus the other and then leaving and then coming back. Check out what the enemy moves are. This thing can drain health. Or it can do damage to us and blind us. I think that should pretty much always be our first move. That is great. So 12 damage plus a nice shield on the first turn is great. And we caused 1 burn. So I think we're doing pretty well. So there goes the drain. We're literally a dice fighting a vacuum. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'll take that. It's good enough for me. 1 more. Okay. I really like our setup. The tutorial mission, I didn't get anything quite this strong. I got a lot more elemental attacks, which was cool to kind of experiment with. And we're going to save our limit break here because we just straight up have the kill. And I don't think we're leveling for a while. We have 5 gold to spend. So a broadsword. Huh. I actually just want to buy this just to see. It's just straight up better than the sword. It is. Awesome. Can you sell stuff? I don't think so. Well, that was a great upgrade then for us. And now we're in a position where we can kind of go around doing things. Level 4, let's take out the level 3 first. And some small like nitpick thing I noticed. He's weak to fire, so that's good for us. A nitpick thing that I noticed. I'll get back to that thought. We're going to use Fury here, but do we use it to deal 12 damage plus? I don't know what the percentage, like, extra damage you get from the fire. Because this would be 16 damage versus 12, but let's find out together how much the vulnerability counts. So we did, wow. We did 24, so it's double when they're weak against it. That is good to know. Very good to know. Okay, so what I was trying to say was that... Yeah, we're good. Was that when we level, I don't think any excess experience carries over to the next level. I could be wrong. I need to pay attention to that. But we want to try and get exactly the amount of experience that we need to level. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 2 4s would get me there. Let's go fight the Snowman. Assuming he's weak to fire as well. Super swole Snowman. So that's an easy 12 damage for us. Very good. And then there's no point to do anything but this. Let's see what his moves are. So freezing is kind of their big gimmick. Alright, we blocked 4 of that damage, but we have 2 that are frozen. So it just kind of wrecks our rolls. Just get rid of all these 1s. Turn this into a 6. Not too bad. I like that. I like that buckler. Down you go. And I don't want to pick up that apple. We don't need it. We're going to level here. Not that we can like come back and pick it up anyway, but Aurora. There we go. Okay. Let's do this first for the extra damage. And then get our shield going. Very curious what her moves are. So she has to fill it up to 5. She can heal herself. Or just do a ton of snowstorms. She has a 6. Happily, though, we do have the combat roll. Okay. It's the best we can do. So we're going to block all damage. That's great. But she's going to heal for 3. And now she gets Heat Wave and a heal as well. Come on. Dang, we get wrecked again. Make sure we do this first. Continue not taking any damage. She has a ton of health. That's why this. Plus, our rolls have been terrible. We could kill her right now with a good enough roll. I think we just kill her. We didn't need to. We were going to level up anyway. Any damage we've taken would have been negated. But I think we have one more level that we can get. So Shield Bash. Bash with shield, do shield damage. If we had like multiple upgraded bucklers plus Shield Bash, I think that would be cool. I'd rather just upgrade our broadsword or our whip. And I kind of like upgrading the whip. Just like guaranteeing that they're going to suffer some burn damage. So we get the hammer now. Okay, shock is cool. It's basically just like the electrical version of our whip. And this is the poison version of our whip as well. So no deal, we don't want to trade. Let's head to the next floor. So we're on floor 5. A loud bird. He is loud. Good damage. He's got 4 dice though. So we were weakened, but we didn't take any damage. So this is something I wasn't sure about, because I don't think we've had it happen yet. We haven't been able to roll over our shield. Let's do something here. These are all weaker. So Shield Bash looks like a much stronger card when we know that we can stack a ton of shield every turn, but I still think it would be valuable for us to have multiple... I don't know what silence is. Can't use character skills or limit breaks. Yeah, if we had multiple bucklers plus the Shield Bash, I could see that being incredibly strong. Did that just not do anything? Okay. It's a pretty annoying enemy. A frosty pelican with a Walkman. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He dodged the next attack. See, that's what I gotta pay attention to. I guess we just make our shield. Our weakened shield. I gotta watch to see if he uses flight. So no flight here. We should be able to hit him with the next attack. So he's got his doubles to silence us again. He's got his even to dodge our next attack. And his odd to do damage plus weaken us. Let's use our one, and then we should have to kill here. Okay. Not noticing that he had the ability to dodge our attacks was definitely detrimental for the first part of that fight. Flip a dice upside down. I don't know what that means. If it's a 1, does it become a 6? A 2, a 5? You know, that type of thing. That sounds logical, but I'd rather just upgrade our equipment some more. Broadsword is just 1 more. I kind of like getting 2 uses out of our bump. Pea shooter. Okay, we'll take that. We're not going to use it, I don't believe. And a level 5 enemy here. The Banshee. Okay. Nice. We'll re-roll all of our 1s. Excellent. That's the type of opening turn that we want to have. So she has freezes, silence, and curses. So a curse, all equipment has a 50% chance to fail and it disappears once triggered. So if we want something to fail, that sucks. That wrecked our dice. Let's re-roll this 3. Okay. And we'll just do what damage we can. Might have been better to get the shield online there instead of doing the 1 extra damage. In fact, it definitely would have been. Wow, we took a ton of damage that turn. But we have a lot of HP on the board that we can go and pick up. And because she froze us, she ruined all of our rolls. And that was a curse. And we'll look to try and use our Fury perhaps next turn. She was able to do everything. That's rough. Nice. Okay. So we had 50-50 chances there that it wouldn't work. And if we're going to lose a dice, that's the one we want to lose. Get our shield ready for next time. Down to 1 HP. Will it kamikaze itself? It will not. I was going to say, we are still cursed, but that should be the kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2 level 5s would do it, or a 5 and a 4. Let's just run back here and get this health. And then come fight the Wicker Man. And then we've got this Rat King thing down at the bottom as well. He's weak to fire, awesome for us. Because right off the bat we're going to nail him with some pretty serious fire. There's 8 more. And that's good enough. Man, have you guys ever seen The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage? That's like the worst movie ever made. Oh, don't feel bad, mate. I'll just weave myself back together again. I saw that in theaters with a buddy a long time ago, and we thought we were just... I don't know. I remember walking out of that movie being extremely confused. I don't know what the hell I had watched. Yeah, we'll heal because we're just going to level at the end of this. And I think he's kind of a boss fight anyway. Perhaps. He's strong against poison. Maybe not, though. Feels like sometimes certain enemies seem to be kind of like boss enemies. Really nice start, considering he only has 2 dice. But he's going to be able to poison us. And he gets to roll the new dice. So as long as he keeps rolling high like this... He actually kind of messed up. If he had put the 6 in another one, he would have been able to keep going. So I guess the poison bypasses our shield. Sure does. That's also good to know. And I think this is us at max level, yes. So we get 1 more dice, which is great. We almost can't even make use of the dice that we currently have. So this is probably the part of the game where reusable stuff becomes really interesting. And now we get our first boss, Buster. See how we do. He's strong against fire. Alright. He says, "Oh, hello. Are you here to fight? Let's fight." Who's a good fighter? I'm a good fighter. Alright, Buster. Unfortunately for us, we do fire damage. So this is going to be kind of painful, I feel. But at the very least, we should still go for the 6. We only do half damage with that, but we do at least still burn whenever we manage to land a 6. So, I mean, that's potentially like an extra 4 damage on him. Alright, let's see what he does. Fire breath, okay. So just a ton of fire damage coming our way. Luckily, he'll only be able to do 1 this turn, and we completely absorbed it with our buckler. Man, okay. We'll get another buckler up. We didn't have to suffer any burn damage. We're going to get hit pretty hard this turn, it looks like. But we've got Fury this turn coming up. So our biggest attack needs to go in the broadsword. Very good. So we'll take 2 damage to prevent 4. Man, he's going to hit us hard again. So another 4 damage for us and 2 burn. And the next turn, I think he's going to hit us very hard. You know what, let's do this. We'll do 1 less damage so that we don't take any. Actually, I could have rolled 1 more time. God dang it, I missed out on 1 point of damage. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. I was maybe perhaps over or under thinking that. But I think we're done. This should be the final part of this. We knew he was going to hit us super hard that turn. Let's just add insult to injury. And take him out. Peace out, Buster, the dog dragon. And here's the Jester. This has been fun, but I know what you're really here for. The amazing prize! Alright. Spin the wheel. So we're on like some sort of horrible game show. And every time all we ever get is death. That's what it looks like. Oh, bad luck, friend. But don't give up. I believe in you. So, that was episode complete. Episode 1. But, I think you have to go all the way through. In 1 solid run, which, man, that seems super time consuming. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to show you the new game that I've been playing. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm having fun playing it. It's quirky, it's fun. And it's just tactical enough to be interesting. So, without any further ado, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care.